Hi friends, thanks for joining me for another story time with Miss Cortney. Last week it was rainy and we read The Big Umbrella, the perfect book for a rainy day. But today the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and the butterflies are flying, and I've got a perfect book for us to read today. It's called The World is Awake, a celebration of everyday blessings. And it's the perfect book for a bright, sunshiny day like today. That word blessings might be a word that you hear at church a lot, but you don't usually say. That's just a fancy way of saying gift from God. This book was written by Lindsay Davis and Joseph Bottom. And these bright and happy illustrations were drawn by Lucy Fleming. Let's read. The world is awake, a celebration of everyday blessings. This is the day that the Lord has made. A beautiful butterfly floats through the sun and the shade, while dragonflies flit past the flowers and trees, and grasshoppers hop in the soft morning breeze. And the bees, busy bees, are buzzing today as ladybugs call them to come out and play. Just look at the sunshine that's painting the sky, and look at the songbirds all starting to fly. The world is awake. It's a wonderful place, alive with God's power and glad with His grace. Out in the yard, just waiting today, are all kinds of things that want us to play. The gifts of the Lord are found everywhere, and all that I see is just like a prayer. So much of creation is happy and good. Even the rocks would sing if they could. It's in praise of the Lord that trees grow so tall, the grass grows so green, and the flowers all call. Look at us, look at us! God dressed us up too, like great sweeping rainbows and skies wrapped in blue, like water and sunshine and summer days too. And you, beautiful you. And later today, what shall we do? I know, let's go to the zoo. We can buy a balloon and meet a baboon. We can look at the animals all afternoon. See that bear over there? He's just trying to snooze, despite all the noise from the young kangaroos. The slippery otters are swimming along. The playful coyotes are howling a song. I love zebras and lions and elephants too. Pandas and penguins and owls that call ooh. Peacocks and panthers, a great mountain sheep, and the grumpy old bear who's just trying to sleep. Down at the zoo, they're all on parade, the wonderful creatures the good Lord has made. My belly sounds like that bear when it growls. It's time for supper, my tummy now howls. So let's stop at the market for something to eat. God always provides us a wonderful treat. At supper time, I take my chair and bow my head and say a prayer to thank the Lord for all this food, for carrots cooked and apples stewed, for milk and juice and bread and cheese, for even Brussels sprouts and peas. It tastes so good. I eat and then I thank the Lord for food again. And with my belly full, I start to yawn. The light outside is almost gone. Up in the trees, high in the leaves, I hear God's love in the sound of the breeze. The wind is whispering stories tonight, and far above the moon shines bright. So I say my prayers and climb into bed and snuggle up close while my books are read. The comforting night feels calm and deep, calling me down to a dreamy sleep. Calling me down to a dreamy sleep. Calling me down to dream and sleep. We just learned that blessings are all around us every single day. They're even in our backyard. Do you remember what the word blessing means? That's right, it's a gift from God. And what's the best thing to do when someone gives you a gift? That's right, we say thank you so they know how much we appreciate it and how thankful we are for the gift. So, when we see a blessing or a gift from God, it's important for us to always remember to say thank you, God. Pastor Jeff and Sebastian and I always go on little walks in our neighborhood every day, and we call them our thank you walks. Pastor Jeff came up with that name. Isn't he the best? So on our thank you walks, we are sure to walk slowly so we don't miss any blessings, because if you're walking too quickly, you might just miss one. So when we go on our thank you walks, we walk slowly and we look all around and we spot so many blessings, so many gifts from God. And every time we see one, we stop and we look and we say, thank you, God. On our thank you walk yesterday, we took some pictures so that you could see all of the blessings that we found. Are you ready to see them? There's Sebastian, ready to go on our thank you walk. There's a duck. This is the first thing we found, and it was in our own backyard. And then the next blessing we saw were these beautiful flowers. Look at all the pretty colors. Next, we saw someone hiding up in the tree. And if we had been walking any faster, we would have missed him. Do you see him? It's a cardinal friend right there in the tree. And next, we saw another friend hiding in the grass. But it was a good thing we were walking slowly and looking all around, because we would have missed this blessing. Do you see the baby bunny hiding in the grass? Isn't he cute? The next blessing we saw was a little baby cardinal. And look, he's right in the middle of the road. I think that he's trying to learn how to fly and he hasn't quite got the hang of it yet. So he was in the middle of the road and he couldn't fly away. So we got to help him and we picked him up gently and we put him in the yard where his nest is. The next blessing we saw was this cute squirrel. He actually had a friend they were chasing to each other up the tree. But this was the only one we could get a picture of because they were quick. And the last blessing we saw on that thank you walk was this beautiful butterfly. Look at all those beautiful colors. So we saw so many blessings on our thank you walk, and that was just right here in our backyard and in our neighborhood. And every time we saw a blessing, we said, "Thank you, God." Now guess what? It's time for you to take a thank you walk. So make sure to go ask your parents first, because I bet they'll want to go with you. And make sure to walk very slowly and look all around so you don't miss any blessings. And I would love to hear
You need to leave that in.
Oh, maybe I will. And I would love to hear what blessings you see on your thank you walk. You could even take pictures and share them with me. I'll see you next week. Bye, friends.